Hi guys, I hope you guys are doing well. Today's video is going to be about the online business triangle. If you want to make your first dollar online today in today's economy, in today's environment, wherever you are in the world, you must understand the triangle of an online business and how all high earners have at least mastered one of these three elements or have these three elements working all three simultaneously. I am a brand new mom. I have a 1-year-old daughter. I have 2 online businesses and I have been working with the online business triangle for a very long time. This is a concept I came up with myself, and I have also taught to hundreds of my students as female founders on how to also operate in their best feminine self with this triangle for their online businesses. So if you are somebody who has been wanting to make money online, or you're a new mom, or you've been wanting to start your own online business, to understand the key concepts of this triangle first, then you can enter into one of them and have and master all three over time. So today I'm going to go into 3 steps and then the details of each step, and then how you can also get started with yourself today. If somebody wanted to make money online and they were brand new to the industry, they had no idea what they were doing, how can they get started? Really nice triangle, and the inside it's going to have the word online business, OB. Go into the most is e-commerce. The second part of the triangle is personal branding. The third one is digital products. If you see somebody making money online, oftentimes they are a part of this triangle in one area or the other, or they might even have all 3 going on. Just depending on where they are in their online business journey, a lot of times that I have seen, all success high earners, they end up starting with one and then they expand to the second or third one, and then they end up having all 3 running all at the same time to generate active and passive income. I will talk to you guys about what I did in the past and then what you guys can also start, whether or not you want to do whichever one of these 3. So the first one is e-commerce. E-commerce is when people are private labeling. It can be wholesaling, drop shipping, whatever it is that you want to sell. So let's say you go and sell this iPad pen and you want to get a wholesale for 1 cent and then you want to sell it for $5. Your margins are a lot higher and you have a lot of profit right there, $4.90, and you brand it to yourself. Maybe it's called Pretty Pink iPad Princesses and you only sell iPad pens. That would be considered wholesaling. Drop shipping, and there's so many videos on drop shipping, and I have also done this in the past as well, and I can go more into detail about drop shipping as well. But drop shipping is when you find a supplier overseas and they sell this already and they have ready-made products. There's a difference between ready-made products and custom products. Ready-made products is if they already have this stored in their warehouse already and they are selling it to you at a price where they are just ready to go and they can ship it straight to you, or they can ship it straight to your customer. So when you're drop shipping, you can only purchase ready-made products because they already have it on hand and they can ship it directly to your customer. If you want to do private labeling, then you can do custom products. Custom require a lot higher amount of bulk order. It's a lot more expensive, a lot more capital at times as well, and everything is created from scratch. It's usually innovated or something that you want to brand your product. Let's say you want this iPad pen to have a longer battery life, or you want it to have a pointier tip, or you want to provide different tips, or you want to have different colors with your name on it, your logo, whatever it is that you think that has custom on it. That is always a custom order that somebody had to physically order from a factory or hand make it themselves, or the factory had to make it and it's made in bulk most of the time so that you can sell it profit for a higher bulk order. Usually for dropshipping, you can only get ready-made products, but if you do e-commerce like building your own label and things like that, you can get into custom. So those are typically the e-commerce route. A lot of people who don't like to show their face, or they have a unique brand positioning, or they know that they have a special niche that they want to sell, they'll often go into e-commerce. And I find that a lot of people like to go into e-commerce first because not everybody likes to be comfortable in front of the camera to sharing and showcasing a product. Founder-led brands are something that is spiking up the online business and small brand and small businesses world. If you can have the founder or a co-founder or somebody who is in the exec team in front of the camera for the business, and making content, it is a win. It's been a very, very crazy journey, and just seeing founder-led brands really blow up these days, that is something that to take note of when you're starting your online e-commerce business. E-commerce was also the way that I started. I started my swimwear label back in 2019. I was a broke college student, 21 years old, a lust for life, wondering what am I going to do with my life, and I just wanted to make extra income. I wanted to work corporate for the rest of my life. I wanted to climb the corporate ladder. I had a very, very big passion for what I did in college, human resources, and going into the outside world and helping other companies hire and promote and help execute good practices in companies was something that I loved so much, which was my studies. So I did that, got my bachelor's degree, went to work for the corporate world, and then I got laid off. However, I started my business in 2019. I got laid off in 2021. Shortly, a few years after I got laid off, I already had my online business, but it was kind of like more of the side thing. I didn't really go full time in it. I was making like 1 to 2 sales a month. And when I got laid off, I was like, okay, well, why don't I just start something and see how the swimwear market is going to be? Mind you, in 2016, 2017, everyone was already starting their online businesses. So people were like, oh my God, it's going to be so saturated. Like, swimwear market is so saturated. Every market is saturated. That's like the number one thing that people say. You can imagine me starting the business. I felt already late. I was like, I'm late to the game. It's not going to blow up. It's not going to be anything crazy, but I was still able to make a very successful living for myself after getting laid off and going full time into the business. I was still very shy. I didn't want to make videos. I didn't want to be in front of the camera. I didn't want people to be like, oh my gosh, like she's starting something. Like she just got fired from her freaking job. She barely graduated college. Like it was very hard for me to graduate, to get my bachelor's. It was a stretch for me to study, and I was never a really good study person. When I went to college and got my degree, I was like, yes, I'm gonna work corporate, and then I got laid off. I'm like, that's a slap in the face. So when I went full-time in my business, I didn't want anyone to know. I didn't want to be the laughingstock of my family, my friends, the town, anything. So I decided to start e-commerce and go full-time, but hiring and sourcing out content creators, UGC ambassadors, influencer marketing, and that's how I got very heavily into the influencer marketing space and learning how to work with agencies, learning how to start and be a part of an agency, learning how to hire, fire, promote influencers, and really be a part of people who are creating content for brands. So I went that route, and it was very successful for the business. So that's the route that I ended up going. By the way, guys, there is no tier that you have to start 1 or 2 or 3 first. Out of these 3, you can start whichever that you want. There's no, oh, I need to start this to be successful to get the same results. You can start any and go any way. It's however you like and what fits into your schedule and what you find that is most comfortable for you in any business model. Okay, so because I personally went to the e-commerce route and I didn't want anyone to know it was me, about 5 years later, I started showing my face onto the brand and showing my face and creating my own Instagram. And so I went into personal branding next. And a lot of people will start personal branding on its own. You can think of the people who are like micro or mega influencers, people who do sponsorships, user-generated content. They make content for brands. They are affiliate marketers. They can go and have links on their YouTube videos, TikTok videos, Instagram, short form, long form, and basically they are content creators. Personal branding is all just content creators. So I did e-commerce, and then I went to personal branding, and then I started getting some sponsorships. I started getting some fun little trips and videos, and it was a lot of fun just doing a lot of skincare and helping other brands make content for like camera equipment, iPhone equipment, and I loved iPhone videos and cases and things like that back then. At that time, I was also in a phase in my life where I was decluttering, so I personally felt for myself, personal branding wasn't great for me because it was very difficult for me to make content for other brands where I didn't have a lot of knowledge in. So I would have to take months and months to actually use a product before I was able to make a video or a sponsorship for them, and that didn't really work out on sponsorship timelines, and that wasn't true to me in order to just receive a product and post about it and talk about it right away because I didn't even know or use it at all. On top of that, I was just a little lazy, and just getting a lot of stuff made me give away a lot of stuff, and I was decluttering. I was at a place in my life where I was moving around by myself a lot. I was getting in and out of relationships, and I just didn't want to bring a lot of stuff with me. So when I was doing personal branding, I'm like, this is really inconvenient for me, and the price that I was getting paid for it wasn't enough for my time in order to get stuff and then just give it away because I wasn't using it. So I didn't feel like that really aligned with my values, which is why I never really fully went down the sponsorship or UGC content creator route. However, if you're really creative and you're good at being able to sell for other brands, take photos, videos, and really incorporate brands and products into your life on a very natural level, personal branding will do so well for you. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars on personal branding, and that's why you'll see a lot of content creators, personal brands will shoot up the roof with everything that they do because they're just so good at it. So for myself, I decided to go that route, and then I stopped shortly after. I just liked to post my life and where my journey is, becoming a mom, traveling, helping my parents, being able to share some memories with my family, my friends, doing things, and just having events and things like that. So that's personal branding for myself. But when I went into personal branding after I shared more about my e-commerce business, people wanted to know how to start an e-commerce business. So I started putting my face behind the e-commerce and personal branding to build more of what I can help and create for other brands, and what I can help other female entrepreneurs or new moms get into content creation or personal branding or starting their own e-commerce business. And that was a passion of mine, and that's something that I still do sometimes on a part-time basis. Another way to this online triangle business is digital products. Digital products is something where you can think of ebooks, templates, spreadsheets, courses, one-on-one coaching, anything where somebody can purchase something online as a digital good and then get sent to their email automatically. That is a digital product, and then that person gets paid for it. So you make it one time and then you leave it as a link up, and every time somebody purchases it, you make passive income from that. So a lot of the times with digital products, it requires a lot more heavy study and work in the beginning, but once you package up a good, you leave it on there forever and it just sells on its own. However, you also need a lot of accountability and somebody to truly trust in the things that you're selling. So being knowledgeable in the product that you created as a digital product. Like, you're not going to buy a book from somebody who is how to create a pho restaurant when they've never owned a restaurant in their life. Or you're never going to purchase a digital product from somebody who says how to save more money with this budget template when they are in like 5-figure, 6-figure debt. So being able to educate others on the things that you're doing and then starting a digital product from there, which also ties into the personal branding route, is how you'll be successful in digital products. For myself, I started digital products as well. I had a little membership class for about 2 months where you could pay to join a membership, and we did a little Q&A hangout session. I don't do those anymore. That was more about like education about how to get your money right, how to put yourself first, how to get a career, how to be able to find what you're passionate about, how to really put yourself and your priorities as a feminine woman, and how to just get your bag up, because we never want to depend on these men. And that was something that I really love to educate others, is making money as a woman and not depending on these men creatures for money. So I used to have those memberships, but I don't do those anymore. Everything is now free. I do free live Q&A hangouts where we get to know each other. I get to see you guys' beautiful faces. I answer questions. I'm able to ask and answer questions and give you guys the feedback in live time. So I do those once a month. If you guys want to join that, you can definitely just enter the link below, and I don't charge anything for it. The reason is because I want to really understand where you guys are in your life and how I can help in any way, shape, or form. I also have an e-commerce course on how to start an online e-commerce business and how you can easily get started with literally just $1,000. If you have $1,000 that you can invest into your online e-commerce business, I teach how to be a founder-led business, how to do personal branding into your e-commerce business, how to start wholesaling, how to build your own influencer marketing, how to really find a product and find a niche, find an industry, doing analytics with the right industry to know that if this is the one for you. So all of that I package into an online program, and I do have enrollments for that once a year. And if you want to get on the wait list for that, you can definitely check out more information below. But that's a digital product, and so I open those and do that once a year. So that is the online business triangle. If you want to make money online with $0 right now, you can definitely start personal branding. You can start digital products as well. Educate and share something of value for other people to learn, and then start a personal brand with making sponsorships, making content for other brands and getting paid for that as well. And then you can go into digital products and sharing maybe a 5-step ebook or guide on how you can get started in the same industry, or how they can change their life forever by knowing how to plant, making plants in their backyard. I don't know. There's just so many things that people want to learn, and it could be the easiest thing or it could be the hardest thing, but the more niche, the better. What I want to say is, if you are a new mom or a female entrepreneur that's trying to make money and putting your bag first, I always recommend starting one of the 3 and then getting into it and then mastering it. And then you can go ahead and start the other 2, and simultaneously it'll all loop in and work together. It's just a matter of starting. I definitely believe that every single woman out there is capable of so so many things. You can get fulfilled, you can find purpose in your work, in your daily life, that you can do so many things for other people as long as you first invest it into yourself. So starting the right route for you, it's going to take practice. It's going to take seeing what is working, what's not working, and risk taking, taking your time to learn digital products, personal brand, e-commerce, and really understanding the specific triangle cycle of an online business so that you can definitely get ahead of yourself and get ahead of making your first $10,000 online. And once you make your first 10K online, once you make your first $100 online, honestly, it changes your mindset. It changes your life. I remember when I first made my $100 online, I'm like, wait, I'm not worth $8 an hour, because I used to only make $8 an hour at McDonald's, and I was working 3 jobs. I was going to school. I was hustling to pay off my college tuition, and I started working my first job at 13 years old. So all I knew was trading my time for money. But once I discovered e-commerce and then going into personal branding and then digital products, I was able to change the whole game for myself and how to actually understand the game of life to win and be ahead of myself, of other people, so that I can go and chase my own dreams and do what I want for myself and not depend on a man. And now that I'm a new mom, it's even more important for me now to really understand and make those concepts for myself. That is the online business triangle. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you found some value in it. If you guys liked this content, please make sure you follow me on TikTok and Instagram, as I post on there sometimes as well. And I would love to do more of these videos and share more about what you can also make in your online business, how you can make more money, how to make a personal brand, how to start content creation, how to work your 5 to 9 so that your 9 to 5 doesn't feel like heck and you're not doing it for nothing, and just really utilizing all the resources and the type of things that we have in front of us right now, and how easy it is to truly start an online business. It has never been easier than right now in this moment to start. You know why it gets easier? It's because it's your mindset. You are never going to be put into a perfect time, perfect place. It's up to you to decide the time is now. The best time was yesterday, and the second time is now. So don't waste any more time. If you are watching this video, I know you're capable of starting your online business. I know you're capable of making that first 5-figure month of your business. I know you're capable of doing one of these things and making it very, very powerful and very mastering for yourself so that you can start and helping others do the same thing as well. Just remember that you would not have this idea if your higher consciousness did not believe that you were going to be successful in it. I love you guys so much. I'm rooting for you, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.